Sorry about that. Hi everyone. I decided to do Saturday, May 6th was Free Comic Book Day. I just now started this video. I decided to do a Free Comic Book Day haul video. What I got from Free Comic Book Day. Yeah. So if you don't know, I'm not really sure the exact origins of Free Comic Book Day. It was like I guess a marketing, of course, idea. Or the day they decided. It was tied into one of the movies, I guess, as a promotional idea to try to get people to go to, visit comic books. It's been a while. I forgot exactly which superhero movie or comic book related movie that they first started to tie in. It was originally like every time there was like a big movie, well, not every time, once a year, whenever like one of the big movies, superhero comic book movies are out, Free Comic Book Day, then it was decided the first Saturday in May would officially be Free Comic Book Day. So, this year, like recently, I went to my local comic shop, Comic City in Pontiac, Michigan, and I got some free comic books, of course, and of course I bought some. I guess that's probably one of the things about Free Comic Book Day. They have some comic books that are free. Of course, the normal comic books aren't. And I guess I'm sure they make a comic book shop makes a lot. I'm kind of curious how much more money they make on Free Comic Book Day, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people come in that I go usually about once a week or so, but it does bring in a lot more people than normal, and people usually probably pick up something. They pay for something, and although this year I didn't get as many paid comics normally. Well, I went to had to go to work before. Well, not before, but when I was there, so I had only so much time. The shops I didn't really have too much time to browse. They didn't have normally the last few years that I've been going to Comic City on Free Comic Book Day. They usually had big sales, but this one, the only thing they had sales were like graphic novels. I didn't really buy any graphic novels. But anyway, on to what I got. My haul from the Free Comic Book Day. So, yeah, usually you get like, I don't know, probably each store is a little bit different, but they don't be getting everything at once. So they usually give people 3 comics, but Comic City had a thing where if you donate cans, you can get an extra comic for each can or something, I believe. I didn't know how that worked exactly. I bought 2 comics, so I got 5 this year. What did I get? Hold on one second. Let me make sure I got everything. You probably should have kept this in order. Let's see. Dropping stuff. Okay, so I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Comic Book Day. 80s kid. Grew up on Turtles. I haven't really checked them out with the guys Soul Ninja. I followed them since they, the original run. They became 30 or something Ninja Turtles. But then they got sold. The creator sold them to Nickelodeon, and they came back to Teenage Mutant Turtles. So I haven't really checked that out. I kind of sad to the end of 30-year-old Ninja Turtles. I kind of enjoyed that, and I would like to see them turn to 40-year-old Ninja Turtles and on and on. But hey, I haven't really. It's been a few days. I haven't actually had a chance to actually read that many of the comic books yet. I've only had read a few, so I'll mention, what I read. Okay, let's see. This is Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball when I was in college, and actually, Dragon Ball Z when I was in college. The first season of Dragon Ball when I was like, I think middle school came out for like there was like a short period where they had the season, and then they didn't air for a long time, and then at least in the United States or Michigan, Midwest, because what was it on? Dragon Ball appeared. I think it was in the early '90s, mid '90s. I think it was in either late. I think it was like early high school. It could have been like junior high for me, age-wise, when I was. But I liked it then. Then when I was in college, they came to Dragon Ball Z, and college student. Usually I'm on the weekend. a lot of people watch cartoons, so I haven't actually checked out the new Dragon Ball. I shouldn't say that. I checked out an episode, but I haven't had a chance to really follow it. But got the comic. I did read the Dragon Ball Z story. They also have Bruto. I think it's the son of Naruto. I just read the Dragon Ball. I haven't read the Bruto story. Okay, so I guess just starting stuff out. Let's see. I got The Simpsons, or Bongo. Bongo is a comic book publishing company that's owned by the creator of The Simpsons, and that's pretty much what they publish is this Simpsons-related stuff. Oh, and they also Futurama. So, stuff from Mike Groening, I think how you pronounce it. I'm never sure how you pronounce it. It was one of those things where you always see it in print, but you haven't actually seen it pronounced. So, I'm sorry if I'm going to say your name wrong. It's Groening? Always read it, but I've never seen it. So, I haven't looked at this one, but it's Simpsons. Is there any Futurama? No, it looks all Simpson related. Kind of cool to have some Futurama. Let's see, what else did I get from the... Okay. Wonder Woman. Yep, she does have a movie out. I know a lot of people were talking about how there's a glare. Let's see, it's a little bit better. Get it without the glare. Wow. Wonder Woman. Yeah. But I was saying that her movie's coming out next month, really. And I know it was like online, like, people saying it's not really getting pushed out a lot like superhero movies or DC other movies like Suicide Squad. I mean, and Wonder Woman is like one of the big superheroes. Like she's up there, but it didn't get even like as big of a push as Suicide Squad, let alone Batman vs Superman, and Justice League is getting more push. And people are like, Justice League won't come until what? Next year? The end of the year? If it comes out this year. But you would think that right now, since Wonder Woman is coming out, it would be a big boom. But, I mean, there's stuff, but not as much as you see everywhere. But yeah, so that's cool. I mean, not cool. That's not cool, but that they at least have her as the free comic book day. Of I guess DC probably would realize that the movie is coming out, so that is at least a smart move, at least, Drop Boss Eight Mile Drop. And let me see how many that was. Now, what was the other one? This was, okay, hold on. No, I actually got quite a bit. Like I said, you get 5, but I know I had another one from that 5. Hold on 1 second. This one. Oh, yeah. This was it. IDW Insider. I haven't looked at this one yet. Now, I was going to say, something slightly different they did this year at my comic book shop was that, like I said, they have like the limit that you had, but they had over the years other free comics, and they had leftover comics, and I guess they decided they wanted to get rid of them, so you can pick out as many of those as you had, like another table for that. And so the old comic books that I didn't pick up because of the limits from the other years, and I just decided to grab everything pretty much that they had out. And this is what I'm going to go to now. Let's see, we have Attack of the Titans anthology. Haven't checked it out. Ooh, you can't even see it. It's one of those Titan characters. Let me see if I can get it better. I don't know. Lighting. Here we go. That's better. Attack of the Titans. All right. One Punch Man. I never actually really got into One Punch Man. I never actually seen him. I know he's became a big meme on the internet. I see it all the time. But so I will check out actually what is One Punch Man. Yeah, I Can Help Smiling. It's kind of funny. This from last year. I know there's a big hoopla right now. Apparently, well, the storyline. If you're in the comic books, you know it already. If you're not, they're doing a storyline where Captain America is revealed that he's actually a member of Hydra. Now, Hydra is like a villain organization, Marvel comic books, what are basically mythology. I thought it was the word for. They're stand-in for Nazis in a way. They're like a terrorist group. So that's a big deal. I mean, people are kind of upset. Of course, Captain America. I mean, he was a character. I get pretty much. He was created during World War II as an American superhero fighting Nazis. And even more so, like even maybe a bigger thing was the creators of Captain America were Jewish. So it's like, you know, so it was like more of an idea of to fight. You know, Captain America was against fascism, against Nazis. And so it's an odd choice to make him a Nazi, pretty much. You mean how the Hydra. But then, pretty much the current climate that we're in right now, it also makes sense in a way. Maybe it's a little thing, but as you know, maybe they're trying to make a comment. I don't know. I haven't actually really been following Captain America storyline, or at least not this Captain America. I've been following Sam Wilson, but like this all kind of ties in. It's interesting. As I mentioned, people are kind of upset about the story. The storyline. Sales have been plummeted. I don't know if you've probably seen the older video. I mentioned that there was the president of Marvel. Was it the president or vice president or something? I forgot what his title is now, right? But he blamed a lot of things, poor sales on their diversity that they're doing. They're having more women characters and minority characters or minority characters. Depending on the book you're talking about. In the title, and they're saying that's not doing as well, but this Captain America, not the black one, white guys, sales have been plummeting because a lot of people don't like the story about it. About race, in the storyline. The books may not have been as the top of the charts, but they're doing solid. From what I can tell, I think Black Panther's doing well, as I mentioned, stuff like that. Anyway, all that. Next up is Avatarix. This is a comic book written by Grant Morrison. He's one of my favorite comic book writers. It's his take on Indian mythology, gods and everything like that. He's in mythology too. I believe. But yeah, so interesting. I haven't read this one, but I've read some of the works in this series. Cool. Did briefly mention Suicide Squad. This is from what year? A couple years ago when I think this probably came out. Well, just kind of when Suicide Squad the movie came out, but anyway, bit of that book. A book called Spectrum. I don't know what this is about. Just look at the guy. Kind of looks like the guy that played Castle in the show Castle. Maybe just me. But okay. Oh, and this is another one I actually got from the table. But this is get a hostage. I don't know what it's about. I haven't read it yet, but I do like diverse types of comic books. This is, I don't know. I was surprised I didn't see that many. There's like quite a few I gotta get like Teen Turtles, but any comics, at least a free comic book. You probably couldn't really afford to have a free comic book day. So there is something I would talk about later. Not really a free comic book day thing, but still interesting. But yeah, so I haven't read this one, so I can't really talk about it. Maybe I should just do one like a review when I actually get a chance to actually read all these. But I don't know. I just do all the shows I got. Okay. Another one. Moon Cop. I did read a little bit of this one. Well, I read the Moon Cop story, just like another like comic strips at the back, so I didn't really go through those. But it's a nice story. I think it's like about a cop on the moon, pretty much. This is really to like give out. I don't know if I should say it because the story is somebody's just helping a lady find her dog. Cute little story. So that means not. I don't know. It was like cute, like kid cute, but you know, it's a simple story. What was I looking for? Cause I think this is like the comic book was free, but it was. I think they're going to do like maybe a trade or just set up a new series. Oh, you know, this came from last year. This one they wanted. Anyway. Okay, next is Bruce Lee. He has his own comic book series from last year. I guess it's still going. I didn't read the comic book. I did read a little bit in the beginning. His daughter, what's her name? Shannon Lee, who co-wrote the book. Give a little thing about her father, talking about, you know, his humor, and her brother, Brandon Lee, you know, died in very similar ways, filming. But she didn't go into that, but she mentioned how her brother liked comics, and she always had comic books. I guess she was like, you know, good as a free. And I guess that was her plug for saying it's free comic book they can get away because she always had free comics. Her brother read them. But it was a little thing, you know, talking about the dad. Legendary Bruce Lee. I haven't read it, so I don't know if there's a, you know, it's an interesting, but I don't know. I mean, he's passed, but I guess it's like movie tie-in, but I don't know how many times. I guess I've seen things where like, you know, actors or celebrities have their own comic book, but I don't know. I'm not sure how many, like, you know, have people who pass, and after that they start eating their own comic book, something like that. I don't know. It's not, but it's Bruce Lee. Look, Neon Joe. And you know, if I could, the lighting, I could just say his B neon is glowing. I don't have to really fix it. So this is based on a, I think, an Adult Swim show. It also says in the back, the date and everything. I haven't actually watched it. Interesting. I guess it's owned by Warner Bros. Cartoon Network. So I guess it's not that surprising. It's being published by DC, who's also owned by Warner Brothers. But I looked at it. When I first glanced at the cover, I thought it was Green Arrow. You know, Arrow is a TV show. This is next one is Rom. Yeah, I read this one. For you don't know, Rom is a comic book. It was. I'm not sure exactly when Rom came out. I think it was really a little bit before my time. I think it was. I remember like being little. I think it's more like, well, it's a comic based on a toy line. I remember reading around comics as I was younger, but they were like my older brother's comics. So I guess it's a little bit more his time. A little bit of difference. So this is I did read this. I don't know. It was an okay story. It was a bit more violent than I would think. Or at least, I should say violent because superheroes usually are violent, but it's bloody. Like, there's a scene, and I don't know if you see this, just blood and guts. Which I was like, oh, and it's not like, oh, blood, oh no. I was just a little bit surprised since it was based on the toy line. You know, originally aimed at kids, but of course the kids are adults now, been adults for a while. Like I was saying, I was young when it came out. Like it wasn't really mine. I was like just probably a few years older, like so my brother. So he's in his mid 40s. So I mean, that's who you're targeting, you know. Oh, is he? Yeah, mid 40s. Oh, yeah. Trying to calculate. All right, that's how he would be. Sorry. So that's okay. This was I think from last year or the year before. I know Hasbro or IDW recently they are taking out their um, action character line and starting them to go into one thing. So Rum's still one thing, and I'm actually interested that I know it's this Rum. If I remember correctly, it was originally the character was Rum the Space Knight. I don't know why that's dropped. I think it's also interesting because I think Marvel Comics, if I remember, their Venom series is Venom the Space Knight. So I wonder if they had the right for that for some weird reason. I don't know. That's just an interesting thing. And also, in the back, there was a Action Man, a new Action Man story. I've heard of Action Man before this. And actually, there's a little thing in the book they were talking about a little bit, kind of like going through the history of Action Man. I guess the reason I haven't really heard of it is apparently it was like a English toy in Britain. But it's actually interesting. It's actually G.I. Joe, the connection. And it was pretty much somebody bought the rights to G.I. Joe to have it in England, but the name G.I. Joe was a very American name because G.I.s are American soldiers. It was never a guy. So they decided to change the name. And then, keep it on this side. Sorry. So they said apparently they decided to change the name. And this is the old G.I. Joe, not the one like we were like in the 80s, 90s. You get a whole bunch of different characters and smaller ones, but your parents, your grandparents, like the big, pretty much like doll type G.I. Joe. So that's like this was like in the 60s. From reading a little bit in the back. And so, anyway, so they made their own name, changed character and storyline a little bit changed and everything. And then since it was in English, they decided to, after a while, they had the normal American, kind of soldiers, the G.I. Joe uniforms and everything. But then after a while, they decided they added in more, so that's more British. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's pretty much the old G.I. Joe, but redone. And then I guess they also mentioned that when G.I. Joe went to a team, instead of just being a guy, they changed Action Man to Action Force. But then they also brought back Action Man later as his own character, so we kind of separated. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing. History of toys, pop culture. Let's see, what else did I get? Got quite a bit. It's free, sorry. What is this called? Black Mask, the name of the comic book company, and I guess there's just We Can Never Go Home and Young Terrorist. Remember that? Okay, the comic book March. Interesting. Civil rights leader John Lewis wrote a comic book about March and Selma. And this is like, I guess, a little bit, it's actually a graphic novel, a bigger book, but I guess this is going to be a little bit part of it. I haven't had a chance to look at this one yet. I did read this, actually, this Doctor Who. I picked it up, and then I didn't realize I picked it up. Because I actually got it from last year's Free Comic Book Day. So, Doctor Who. But anyway, this is Doctor Who. It's a story, the beginning of a storyline. Yeah, wait, what's this one? Oh no, this was just I picked up the last two comic book days. I don't remember exactly what this one was. So there was just 4 short stories of the last 4 doctors. That's pretty much it. So if you're Whovian, probably pick this one up. Or be on the lookout. They have tattoo comics and everything. And if you're a tattoo fan, you can always check out. I believe each doctor has their own series. Or actually, no. This one. Just remember the order of everyone. He didn't get it though. I don't think he has a series. I think he has like a mini series. So he's kind of got the shorty on the straw. But anyway. Now let's see what this one is. Lady Mechanica. I've heard of the character, but I never actually read it, so I don't really have much to say about it. Archie. Good boy, Archie. Actually, honestly, never really a big Archie fan. I was more of a Jughead. Or Little Archie. That was cool. When I was a kid, I like that. But they've redone Archie. This is a little while ago. So this is the new look Archie. I actually read the Archie. I've read the new Jughead. Like I said, I was a fan of Jughead. And I'm actually enjoying the Josie and the Pussycats book. But yeah, Archie. I have heard it was actually pretty good. I don't know. I haven't really checked this one out though. So check out Archie. Another IDW sampler. I don't know if it actually says who's in it. Oh, it's actually not a comic book. It's just like tells you stuff on the publisher. Okay, that's cool. Down that way. Fathom. This is another book I realized. I'm actually surprised. This was actually not a free comic book. It was $1, but they gave it away for free. I remember when it came out, I bought it. And I picked it up. I thought it was a different book. I knew it was the same character, but I didn't realize it was the same story. I picked it up. I thought it was another. I thought it was a free comic book day comic. But this is like when they, the comic book company at a time, years ago. 2013, they were celebrating their 10-year anniversary, and so they had a thing where they had 10 other comic books for $1. They were relaunching a little bit, I guess. So that are the free comics I got on Free Comic Book Day. You would think that was a lot. That I probably just should have ran out, got my free stuff, and saved a bunch of money. But I would say comic books is an addiction, and so I didn't buy some. Don't know why, but I did. So let's see. What did I get that I paid for? Oh, I get this is a good one. I'll start with this because it's tied into Free Comic Book Day a little bit. Cotton Noble. I haven't heard of it. Caught my eye. Always on the lookout for superheroes of color, black superheroes in particular. So they caught my eye. I haven't checked it out. But I've heard of the writer Brandon Thomas. I think I read on like online forums. I read some of his work. But what caught my eye, and I didn't see this. In the bag there was an ad because this part came out it came out Wednesday. An ad for the Free Comic Book Day that they had a Free Comic Book Day comic. I didn't notice it, or at least maybe I just went over it and didn't pay attention. If I had known, I would have been on the lookout because it has one of my favorite writers. Priest is on it, and I was like, oh. So I was a little bit sad that I missed that. So this is a new comic, Callus Prime, it was a new publishing company. I hadn't heard about them until now. So I'm kind of going to look into this. I probably should have looked into it before I did the video, and maybe I would have talked about like getting. It looked like I knew what it was, but I didn't. So I'm going to have to look into this. I haven't read the comic book yet. But, you know, would like to see what book Priest is writing for them. Illich, I know he's an editor, African American editor. He made his name like editing Batman. And, he after leaving DC for the other companies, but that's probably made his name in comics. I think he might have been one of the first like editors for DC, or at least the Batman. Cause I know my boy had. Anyway, so curious what it is. Oh wait, you know what? I should have moved on to the fake comic books because I think I still had a few more free comic books. Hold on. Do I have any? Oh no, I don't. I had some cheap comics. Let's see what else I have. Champions from Marvel Comics. I'm enjoying the series. I haven't read this issue yet, but so if you don't know Champions, it's like I think I did a review of this, but I'm not sure because I haven't done a lot of comic book reviews in a while, so I might have thought about doing a review, and I haven't done this one for them yet. But it's a kid superhero team, like teen superheroes. We have Champions, like oh yeah, I think they remember kind of talking about like it was an old comic book back in the day, like early 80s, late 70s, but it's a new team. We have Kid Nova, Miss Marvel, Cyclops from the X-Men, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and going blank. This is Division's daughter, and the new Hulk, Refugee Agent. It's a nice book. I enjoy it. It's like fun. I think they wrote it like a response to kind of getting dark and stuff like that. And was, I guess part of the thing is to go get other superheroes. Like not really silly. Speaking of, I mentioned Priest before. I probably should put that one up first. Deathstroke. Written by Christopher Priest. So I can't really talk about that. Spread. I kind of feel bad because I haven't actually really picked it up. I feel bad because I kind of know the writer, Justin Jordan, like internet friends. Facebook and everything. One of some internet forum, the Beehive forum. He's been doing pretty well, I believe. And this is one of the series. So I realized, oh, he was writing this. I should check it out. Sorry, Jess. Should pay more attention. We had this book out for like a year. Okay. I could have just lied to how I've been reading it, but you also notice that this is like issue 3 and they're like issue 20. I just had to check it out. Issue 2. But I didn't want to go too far here. Yeah, so I just want the back. I probably should have bought the current issue because that would have helped them because the retailers would probably say, oh, sales are going up. We have more orders. Sorry about that. Well, I couldn't go to the next comic book. What was that? Oh, this is little card I picked up there, like for comic book day. Side note: Generation X. It was they're relaunching the Generation X characters. Well, not really the characters. There's only one person looks like from the original team, but Generation X was an X-Men spinoff, like mid-90s, late 90s when it came out. Yeah, I believe. But it was Teen Mutants. It was a period of time. I mean, because the original X-Men actually, when that book first started, they were teenagers. They have a comic book. And then they brought in another team. They called them the New Mutants. They had a series for a while. Then that became X-Force and some of them to other teams. So I think X Factor. I feel like even this history of this book. Anyway, so there was a period of time where they were on a Team Mutants, and then they came with Generation X. Lasted for a little while, and then in the book, and then technically the Teen X-Men did spin off. They didn't have like their own for a while. They did have like, well, they did, but instead of naming its own like team, like Generation X or the New Mutants, they were just X-Men. You know, they had like different books. They had, you know, Wolverine and the X-Men, and really the only X-Men Wolverine was an X-Men, but the other X-Men were his students. Spider-Man and X-Men too. But yeah, and then they also had like background characters in the X-Men books and stuff like that. As actually been to a while when they were kind of like, oh yeah, this was cool. So we have human students. So you had the adult team, and but anyway, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, one issue, and I picked up some Image first. They had comics for like $1. Kill or Be Killed, and it was a 7 to Eternity, so it doesn't flop out. Okay, and I also won a back of issue. Checked out these I've been thinking about picking up. I know I haven't done so, but I think we'll figure out Superman and Super Sons. So Super Sons is well, they're the children of Batman and Superman, and they're team up. I did read the I know that in the Superman books they teamed them up, and now they have their own series. Yes, both Batman and Superman have kids now. This is like the son of the I shouldn't go into all that. This is crazy junk. I think I mentioned the video they relaunched. DC Comics relaunched themselves. Redid their universe signed up. Superman is the post-relaunch, post-relaunch. They relaunched a couple of times. So it's post 52 relaunch. It was like, yeah, man, mentioned about it. That's just too much. And so that character went to the new relaunched version of their universe, and we found out he has a kid and Lois Lane, and yeah. And Batman also had a son with Taylor Ghul, who was the daughter of one of his villains, Ra's al Ghul. Boom. All right. Now, I think I mentioned about cheap comic books that indie thing. There's a lot of indie comics on Free Comic Book Day. There's a company that caught my attention called Turner Comics. And what caught my attention, these are the 2 books I picked up. There's apparently 4, but I only saw these 2, so I'm looking for more. They're, well, I guess they've been around for a while. What caught my attention is the price. I don't know if you can see this. Was only $1.50. This is a current comic book for $1.50. If you look at modern comics, this one's $3.50, and it's a little bit less than normal. Most are, let's see, let me go back. This is more one of the big people. Oh, that's really tiny. $3.99. If I can't see that. Does anyone have a bigger? Can you see this one? $3.99. $3.99. Pretty much $4 for a comic book. What was normally cheap was DC Comics, which their main superhero universe books are only $2.99. And honestly, I think they might have be going up because I noticed I was gonna pick up the later issue of this, but those were $3.99, so it looks like they might be moving up. guess that mission Marvel is going down. They feel like they can price up a little bit. But anyway, what did I drop? Okay. So, just look at my attention. Atlanta Comics for only $1.50. Alternative Comics, and so I looked into them. Also was like reading comic books. I did read Amazing Age, and I glanced through this a little bit. But like they have an ad and like their little self ad, and they have the hashtag bringing back newsprint, which was like okay, and it is really can't tell the quality I guess newsprint like how like we used to be printing like newsprint like newspaper like paper, but after a while they went glossier because I guess the price was going up and they figured they might as well move up to the glossy paper, and that's what we've gotten used to for a while. But it's like an old style. If you read comics in like the 80s and 90s or early 90s, because the switchover happened during the 90s. But what's cool is the fact that it's $1.50. I think they're a line, or well, this comic book has been around for a while, but this new line that they're pushing, I'm kind of curious if this is just going to be for a limited time, or if this is going to be a permanent idea. But they're pushing out comics for like on newsprint, and it says, I believe, for under $2. From when I saw these two are $1.50, I think there's something that was $1. But I was looking into it. That was I don't know. It's something that I hope they keep doing this. Hope it goes well, and I hope other publishers follow this. I hope this becomes a trend to do cheap comic books because $4 is quite a bit for a comic book, to be honest. And this would actually be more likely to, at a cheaper price, try out new comics. Let's be honest, the dollar's not really kept up with inflation. So while comic book prices have been going up, our incomes haven't really. For average, on average, you might be somebody who got lots of raises. That's what you but to more general population. Anyway, I read this. It's okay. It was a setup. It was like sometimes when you get the first issue, you can't say like, "Oh, this is awesome." It was okay. I might look into the next one. It's a 5-issue miniseries. Was it 5-1? Yeah, this one was the 5-issue one. This was a 3-issue. Yeah. So I did like this, and I kind of do wonder if they aimed at being out by Free Comic Book Day, because you got a lot of cheap people who are like, oh, I don't want to spend that much on comic books, but they were picking up Free Comic Book Day, but they might not want to buy $3 for another comic book, but they might say $1.50. Yeah, I like that. Oh, yeah. But like, let's be real. So, at $1.50, 2 books, what I would have cost for one, and any person, one book, and yet I would still have. I really don't have that many paper comics. One book, and that's pretty cool. And I would still have changed up if you think about it compared to that. It's only $4, so you have an extra $1 too. But and also interesting because last time I think I actually looked, I had to go through some of my comics there, so I found out when were like comics like $1.50, and if you were like I guess India might be different because they're all usually higher, but mainstream comic $1.50. I'm not sure exact last time, but going through my comic, when I finally found a comic that was $1.50, it was a Justice League comic I had that was printed in 1994. So over 20 years. Not 20. Yeah, 20 years, over 20 years. I was like 14 when I came out when I had that comic book. I just stopped. I was a kid, so still. So that's what I got for Comic Book Day. And I said, I hope Alterna is success. I did read up on it a little bit. I saw an article that apparently has sold out of their book, or they sold more than they expected, so that's good. I did tweet or mention that, hey, and I got a response that they were good at, because I was like, I don't really care about the newsprint, but $1.50, wow, you know, seriously, $1.50. And also looked interesting. They were like a comic publisher, but they publish small publishers like people starting out. I might send me something to them because I would love to have a comic book that's only like $1.50 price tag. Well, no, but that just seems so cool, and I would like to be part of something like that. Honestly, so or get him, I might whip up something because you know I do draw and I have a comic book series. On the Kindle called The Kill the Cube Pro. Check it out. Plug, I haven't really picked up that many issues up in a while. But sorry, 1 second. My got unplugged. Alright. But yeah, anyway, I was saying Kill the Cube Pro on Amazon. If you haven't picked it up, there's 2 issues out, and I haven't really done a new issue in a while. I have it, but I've been doing a whole bunch of other stuff. I know I'm rambling. I was just kind of sad that I realized if I work, I've been spread too far in lots of different things. But, so anyway, as I was saying, Alternative Comics, they've been around for a while, but this is a new line that they're doing of the newsprints, and I actually think it's very interesting. It's a cool idea. I hope it's, as I said, like the first issue sold well. I hope that keeps selling well. And it's not as much different companies, not me, but it's something I wouldn't mind seeing other people copy because it would be nice on my budget. And so yeah, and yeah, I might if I ever get a chance to put something up, I might see if I can send them something. Alright, I was reading an article and they were talking about how they get like 50 submissions a day. So I don't know, and they're like a small company. But hey, but I'm sorry, where's that outside? But as I was saying, that was my Free Comic Book Day haul. If you did go to Free Comic Book Day, go ahead and tell me what you picked up. I'm sorry, you know, drop it down in the comments. You're like more about Free Comic Book Day. There's a website for it. I don't remember what it is. It's like freecomicbookday.com or something like that. fcbd. I don't remember. I don't want to send you something wrong. But Google it. It's the first Saturday in May. You missed this year's 2017, but if you've seen it later, you know, near another year and before the first Saturday in May, check out your local comic book shop. 1-800-Comics. You know, I know there's something I have in one of these back there, like a comic book like number where you can find your local comic book. Of course, it's not how many they were because it's already on a comic book. That's where they would get them, I believe. But yeah, or comicbookfinder.com. I know there's a comic book finding website. You can find stuff, or you'll just go through your yellow pages or something if they still have those. Or just go comic book shop near me. Yeah, cool. But that's it. So let me know what you picked up. Cool comic stories. Oh, and I guess I came early, so I don't know if I missed anything because usually comic shop days they have like things going on. And you know, like people dressed up as characters, but I didn't catch anything. I did see some kids walking in. You know, they dressed up, but like that was like a big thing. But I don't know. It might be my timing. Sometimes it seems like I miss it, and when I walk in the store, they're talking about something. I've been, oh yeah, we have blah blah blah. Or sometimes they have people signing. They didn't have that, or at least not when I came in. But maybe they decided to do it later because I came in a little earlier. I don't know, sometimes it feels like when I miss it, it's stuff that happened in the morning, so I don't know. It was more of a chilled comic book day. I wonder how to do well. So, and if you want how to, or maybe if you're a retailer or something, you're reading about this. How was your free comic book day? Did it do well business? And I mentioned before about people buying comics. I was kind of wondering if you're a retailer or something. Let me know. Do you guys have like a spike on free comic book days, like a really big spike? So this is a medium spike. I'm curious about that. If you don't mind, just a curiosity. Let me know. I should say. So I was wondering. Yeah. So you know, like as everyone in the video, come out, like and subscribe. You already subscribe. Hit there's like a bell button now, like right near the subscribe area. Hit that so you can get notified of my videos. And I don't know. Check me out. Read comic books. I don't know why I feel like saying that. That's just the point of comic book day, isn't it? Just if you're not into comics, you can read them, check them out, probably find something that you like. So, I guess say bye.